The state was losing over $1 billion a year because of truancy rates, and that Kamala Harris was going to remedy that by putting the parents of truant kids in prison.
My daughter was born in 2002 with a terminally ill condition called sickle cell. Unaware to my knowledge, they came in and arrested me for truancy.
And I was very confused because I was like, you didn't do anything wrong.
These children are very sick and they need support. We do not need to be criminalized. And I'm here to say, do not trust Kamala Harris.
I saw the film on you about two weeks ago on the two of you, Shayla and Cheree, and I'm so impressed with your courage and your eloquence, and I'm very, very grateful. And also you, Shayla, for getting I think you had a what is it, a 4.3 GPA or very high 3.8. Yeah, sorry. You should be so proud of yourself. I'm very proud of you, despite
Thank
all of
you.
the challenges that you have to get this far. And so let's hear this story. This is, and really we're focused kind of on, the focus that I saw you take, Cheree, is talking about Kamala Harris and her approach to chronic disease and to criminalizing moms at some point. That's what happened to you. So will you tell the story?
Yes.
Let me just lay the groundwork. I saw the film and I saw the press conference at the time that Kamala Harris did, in which she said the state was losing over $1 billion a year in federal funds because of truancy rates, and that she was going to remedy that by putting the parents of truant kids in jail, of kids who did not show up for school, to put them in prison and send out a message. And you were one of the first people to actually encounter that new policy. So what happened to you?
So basically, my daughter was born in 2002 with a terminally ill condition called sickle cell. We were taking care of her all the way through the time. I had what you call a 504 plan in place, which is a federal document to allow disabled children to have accommodations in the classroom so they can continue their education in the classroom. I had a formal meeting with the school 12 days before they submitted my name to the district attorney for them to submit me for truancy. In March of 2013, unaware to my knowledge, a knock at the door, and they came in and arrested me for truancy, even having federal documents in place to allow her to have special accommodations. They knew about her sickle cell anemia. They were aware of everything with her medical condition, her medical needs. It was very difficult for me to maintain her school attendance. Her 504 plan state it as such, and to be criminalized for it and not to receive the educational support are social workers. Instead, I was arrested under Kamala Harris' strict truancy policies when she served as Attorney General here in the state of California. And because of my arrest, I lost my home, my job, my livelihood. It made me homeless and pushed me deeper into crisis. Despite Kamala Harris' current rhetoric about her commitment to Black women and families, this, in my case, exemplifies how her policies has criminalized instead of support.
And actually, the police, when they came to arrest you at your home, say what they said to you,
Go talk to Kamala Harris.
because you told them your daughter had been hospitalized for 60 days, and that's why she missed 60 days of school.
Yes, they were completely aware of her absences. We were in communication. I had meetings with the school. I was talking to the principal, and even during the investigation, they sent investigators to my house. And I was just so confused on why would they send investigators instead of community support, social workers, but investigators to criminalize me and my daughter. I'm not a gang member. I wasn't ever associated with gangs, nor did I sell drugs, or neither to frame my child to be a gang member is ridiculous. I was too busy trying to care for my daughter to ensure her education, to ensure her health care. I need her to live, not to kill her. And that's exactly what the school was doing. They was trying to kill my child.
How long were you actually detained? Did you spend the night in jail?
It was what they call a special warrant that they put on me due to the fact that Shayla went to school that day. They released me on my own incontinence. And that's what they did. So they arrest and release. Process and release is the term that they use to me.
How did you lose your home as an outcome of that?
Losing my job, unable to work due to the fact that I was a certified nurse's assistant. My license was at risk. And because, of course, they run your credit, not your credit check, but your background check. And it showed that I had a current open case with the courts and they released me from my duties.
And Shayla, how did you feel knowing that when you heard that your mom got arrested?
I was very confused. The day she got arrested, I remember going home and I saw all of the news vans in front of my school. And I was like, what's happening? What's going on? And I remember she came home, wouldn't hug me, which was concerning because we always give hugs and talk about our days when I get home. And she went to shower. And it was later that evening that she told me she was arrested. And I was very confused because I was like, you didn't do anything wrong. I don't know why. It was not until years later that I found out why she was arrested, because in the middle of her trial, I had my stroke.
What brought that on? Is that part of the sickle cell?
The sickle cell can cause you to have a stroke at an early age, but I was told that it was exacerbated due to stress. And it was the stress of us not having a home while also me still trying to maintain my schooling and being in and out of the hospital while she was on trial. It caused me so much stress that it caused a blood clot and I had a stroke.
Sheree, why didn't you tell her that night why you got arrested? Were you ashamed
Because
of it? Or did you not want her to blame herself?
yes, I didn't want her to blame herself. I didn't want to aggravate her sickle cell because I know stress is a major factor. Mental health is a major factor. We are all about being yourself no matter what you're going through. And that was a very big part of it. I understood as a caregiver caring for her that her mental health is very, very important as long as mine. And letting her know what happened to me because of her is devastating for her. And I had to find an appropriate way as a parent to be able to have the correct discussion so she can be able to release those emotions properly and be able to not rely on heavy opiates and cause more extreme pain and other complications. Because the thing with sickle cell, it causes organ damage, it causes kidney damage, liver damage, delay of growth, eye problems, leg ulcers, gallstones, bone and joint problems, a vascular necrosis. These are just a couple of things that as a sickle cell patient they have to deal with. And as a child, she's learning about her condition. At that age, she was just becoming aware of what was going on with her condition. So as a mom, I had to mother her on an educational side to ensure that she was comfortable to be educated in the general setting. And that was the purpose of her 504, to allow her to be in a general classroom. She does not require an IEP, which is considered a individualized educational plan for children who has learning disabilities, behavior issues. That wasn't her issue. Her issue fell under other behavioral health impairments, which was denied by her school district, which made it even more difficult to have access to the correct programs due to the fact that it was denied.
When Shayla, when you were in the hospital, did you do schoolwork from your hospital?
Yes, I did. I had a teacher here at the hospital that came every day, Monday through Friday, and we would do schoolwork for 2 hours. And we did that every day, Monday through Friday. I had homework, and I was still getting the education. I was with my class and my grade level, even being in the hospital.
Wow, I'm very, very impressed, very, very proud of you. And
Thank you.
what is your living situation today?
Well, our living situation today tends to be a little bit unstable due to the fact that she's in and out the hospital a lot. And this is part of the reason on some of the systemic issues that we're having when it comes to being able to provide for her. I also get paid for caring for her through the state. And anytime that she's here in the hospital, they didn't pay me. I'm unable to receive any kind of compensation due to the state saying they're paying for the care here and they can't pay me what they call like double taxation. So therefore, it leaves me constantly in the verge of homelessness because of it. So we were in a transitional shelter for a while. We've been in motels for a while, living with family members because of my inadequate work situation. It's hard for me to pass probation period, having a child with sickle cell. You miss a lot of work. You miss days. FMLA takes a while to kick in. So if you just starting your job, there's no way that you can get FMLA right away. So I'm always at risk of homelessness. And that's the reason why that we have a GoFundMe at this moment to help us during this time of crisis because my income is tremendously affected
Well, what
because
is your
of her.
GoFundMe?
It's called My Story. It says help support Miss Peoples' journey. It's
Miss
the name.
Peoples' journey, yeah, because your name
Yes.
is Cheree Peoples. Miss
Yes, I
Peoples'
am
journey.
Cheree Peoples.
Do you have any evidence that Kamala Harris knows or knew of what was happening to you?
As far as having any evidence, if she known, I want to say she knew. She was the whistleblower of the truancy policy. She told all her top district attorneys who was a part of the rape and murder investigation unit to go after all of the truants in your area because the state of California is missing out on billions of dollars due to the truancy epidemic. So she was the whistleblower in that situation. And I believe she was completely aware. I don't know if she was completely aware regarding my daughter's sickness or how much information was released for her, but during my trial, that information was given, and I don't understand why I was criminalized as a Black mother. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to my daughter. And that is the reason why I'm saying do not trust Kamala Harris, because the policies that she put in place as the state attorney general here in California disproportionately affected me and my child, not just then, but to this day, because I'm still affected, very much affected from the policies that hurt me and my daughter by criminalizing me.
And what was your reaction when she finally apologized to you?
I don't believe that she ever apologized to me. She considered me as unintentional consequences. I don't believe that's an apology. That's just saying it was unintentional. And nothing about this policy was unintentional, because if it was, then she would have never criminalized me or any other parent due to the truancy. It is not fair. It's very hurtful, especially to ones who have a child that is chronically ill, or dealing with a mental condition, or dealing with any kind of health behaviors. Maybe the child has a mental, need a mental break sometimes, or the parent is trying to figure out what's wrong with them. There's moments in children's life where they have headaches and migraines and the parent don't know. They're going back and forth to the hospital, trying to figure it out. And they're going to criminalize that parent all because they're trying to find out what's wrong and come to find out that child has cancer. And now that parent is going to jail all because they were trying to figure out what's wrong with their child. And it's not fair when you're trying to actively advocate for your child, trying to figure it out, put things in place, because the systems are not connected. The medical system, the educational system, the social services system is not connected. So therefore, we need comprehensive care. We need a comprehensive way in order to ensure not only do the parents get the support, the children get the support, and the family get the support. And it's a community effort. It takes a village to raise a child. It doesn't take just one person, but yet it took me 2.5 years to fight my case to prove that I wasn't a criminal with a chronically ill child with the oldest hereditary condition in the world. My daughter has one of the oldest hereditary condition in the world that just doesn't only affect Black people, it affects Asians, it affects Indians, it affects Latinos. 1 in every 365 Black Americans have sickle cell, and about 8 to 10% of African Americans carry the trait. We need to be educated on how the effects of this old hereditary condition. It's very, very old. It's as old as America, even older than America itself. And we still have no cure. We have no support. We are the least funded. We don't have the funding. We are barely getting medication and what they would consider, and I'm air quoting, a cure through stem cell and the stem cell research. But again, it's gene therapy. It's very expensive. So if I want gene therapy for my child, and here I am, a low income parent, it is $2 million for that therapy. Is it going to be covered under my insurance? How much out of pocket I'm going to be able to pay? That's more time out of work for her to be able to go through the process of gene therapy. It's just like going through chemo. These children are very sick and they need support. We do not need to be criminalized. And I'm here to say, do not trust Kamala Harris.
Cheree, thank you so much. Shayla, God bless you and keep up your hard work, and thank you for your courage.
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate to be with you today in your presence, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Shayla, really good to meet you. God bless you.
It is nice to meet you too. Thank you for listening to our story and helping us give awareness to not only sickle cell, but to what Kamala has done to us and what she continues to do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.